Comedy Central Sports presents BattleBots. Tonight, Gage Cochois brought us the dominating Vlad the Impaler, but can his new super heavyweight Gladiator build him a robot dynasty? Keely Watts, she's cute, she's English, and she and her daddy built themselves one vicious killer robot. Then, he's British Columbia's Derek Young, and he's looking for robot blood en route to the giant nut. Some will have their dreams smashed to shimmering bits, and others will rise from the wreckage to fight on, loving every chassis mangled second of BattleBots.
This Comedy Central Sports presentation of BattleBots is brought to you by Snapple, made from the best stuff on Earth.
We're on Treasure Island in San Francisco, where the world's finest engineers have come to square off in the foremost robot fighting event, BattleBots. Welcome, everybody. I'm Tim Green. We've got some serious robotic pugilism on the way. First up, my partner, Bill Dwyer.
All right, thanks a lot, Tim. From the get-go, we've got two super heavyweights rattling the battle box, Hammer Time and Gladiator. Former auto mechanic Jerry Clarkin designed Hammer Time to slam opponents with a pneumatic spike using 2,200 pounds of force powered by high-pressure nitrogen. One good shot, and there may be no survivors. Be still, my BattleBot love and heart. Vlad the Impaler has an older, heavier brother. Gladiator's got a symmetrical drivetrain, making him an invertible and super fast, super heavyweight. He's got a spike lifting arm and one of the best drivers in the sport.
Well, the Vlad name is certainly feared and revered in BattleBots competition, so let's go in the driver's seat with Gage Cochois.
BattleBots is a trifling, playful activity for adults and children. I work really hard building the robots, really analyze what are the weaknesses, where is it going to break, and I'm pretty good at driving it. Both of my robots are basically the same. They work like a high-speed forklift. They attack the robot and try to just pick it up and then accelerate it and ram it into the wall and kind of flip it over. I like to win. It's very important, but winning is not what you're really going for. You want to make it entertaining. He beat me last year, and then the year before I beat him, but I beat him a lot better than he beat me. It was a lot more definitive. I'm just trying to win, and I'm concentrating. And I think the only time you smile is if you win.
Time to let him loose inside the cage. Mark Biro's got the intros.
To my right, his only God-given skill is to fight, kill, and turn robots into metal swill. Introducing Hammer Time. In the blue square, it's foul-tempered, ill-mannered, acerbic, churlish, cantankerous, and lots of other words I found in the thesaurus. Won't you please welcome Gladiator?
That 14-inch long stainless steel spike, not designed to hit the floor, but powerful enough to punch holes in it. The quiet confidence of Gage Cochois.
The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time.
Gladiator, one of the quickest super heavyweights in the box. Both robots taking shots from the hazards. Oh, and Gladiator gets up underneath early.
Gage Cochois envisions Gladiator as a bullet coming out of a gun. And he's showing it right there. Likes to line him up and just come at him straight and pop.
He's got to avoid that hammer, though.
Not that he's gotten close enough to Gladiator to bring the hammer down, but we haven't seen him drop that thing at all.
Patience,
there we go.
And Gladiator lifts Hammer Time and drives him into the wall.
And Hammer Time actually got a pop in, and it cost him. His offense turned into a defense, and he got thrown up against the wall.
Gladiator almost baiting Hammer Time, trying to draw him near the pulverizer. And now he's behind Hammer Time. This is where Gladiator wants to take advantage, because if he can get behind Hammer Time, he can wreak havoc without any danger to himself.
Well, Hammer Time is Jerry Clarkin's first attempt at building a BattleBot, and he's got a decent one, but it's obvious who the veteran here is.
And it's obvious who has the maneuverability Gladiator, the aggressor, moving around the floor, taking hot shots at Hammer Time. Hammer Time taking a shot. Again, that could be a one-punch knockout shot. If that hammer can punch holes in the BattleBots floor, it can certainly punch a hole in Gladiator. Oh! Narrowly avoiding the pulverizer. It's Hammer Time being toyed with again by Gladiator.
Hammer Time could be stuck on the spike strip here.
He may be. Gladiator up and underneath, aggressively poking, maybe going to pull him off. Hammer Time with its shot of its own. Not much time left in this fight. Hammer Time needs that one-punch knockout.
I gotta say, I agree with you.
And he goes for it. And he's gonna go for it again. Gladiator maneuvering around, avoiding that spike. Hammer Time takes another shot. Both of these big boys are impervious to the hazards, and Hammer Time takes another shot, but misses.
There's the speed of Gladiator, able to just stick and move and get out of the way.
Oh, Hammer Time had a shot, did not hit directly. Moving in, and it's over.
And that's it. He got him in a pop on Gladiator, ineffective. There's a first big shot from Gladiator coming right at Hammer Time, and this one all the way across the floor into the Lexan.
Maybe the best hit of the whole match.
Turned in a 30-15 decision for the blue square, Gladiator.
So Gladiator doubled up on him, 30-15. Gladiator looks like he's for real.
Hammer Time got the edge in hazard damage, 4-3. But Gladiator shuts him down in lifts and hits, and clearly that domination gave him the win.
Hey, let's get some post-fight reaction.
You've done it again with another design on a super heavyweight. Way to go.
It's a real handful to control. I'm just thrilled to move on, I tell you.
How did it feel going up against one of the toughest BattleBot drivers?
It was pretty intimidating at first. I thought we'd punch some holes through his body, but we didn't. Next time.
Gladiator already building a fan base. Gamatron looks to make a name for himself and Stompbots everywhere, but next Toe Crusher faces down Dr. Inferno Jr.
For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com.
You're looking at Treasure Island in San Francisco, where you either leave with the giant nut or in a barge full of scrap metal. Well, Gladiator's notched his first win with a solid victory over Hammer Time. Hey, our next two drivers are going to push the bonds of friendship to the limit.
Now, these two guys are best friends, but that could all change after they meet in the battle box in just a few minutes. Kristen Carlberg's Toe Crusher can scoop like a wedge and bash like a smash bot. Toe Crusher is ranked #4 by BattleBots, the only worldwide recognized federation for robotic combat. 50% of Dr. Inferno Jr.'s wins have come against Toe Crusher. Okay, so Jason Bardis' bot has only 2 wins, but hey, he's also got a vicious 18-volt circular saw and wedge sides that leave little room to get under.
Dr. Inferno Jr. is also lightning quick, and speed, as we saw earlier, is often the key to these matches.
Sure, speed, weaponry, strategy, and some might even say fashion.
This is a spandex, red, snakeskin, and silver sequins flare leg pant. In the same fabric, we have a tube top. These are the shoes that we decided on. They're 4-inch stiletto heel.
Lauren doesn't break out the stilettos for just any occasion, but when it's robot fighting time, she wants to make an impression for her boy and his bot.
I'm definitely more into clothes and fashion. I'm always trying to get him to vary his wardrobe a little bit.
Well, this is perfect. You know, we got the Inferno lab theme going. Inferno, fire. Dr. Inferno Jr. is all black with red trim. Towers Inferno is red. We'll match, we'll blend right in with the robots. I do like the sequined red snakeskin.
You look really styling in your little black lab coat.
We've got more pummeling on the way. Here's Mark
the
Biro.
Red Square. He signed the Hippocratic Oath in his opponent's blood, introducing Dr. Inferno Jr. And in the blue square, It's like trying to squeeze into a pair of size 7s when you wear a size 10. Multiply that pain by 100, cuz that's the pain you'll receive from Toe Crusher.
Jason Barnes with a little titillating warm-up there.
Christian Karlberg choosing smaller wheels to get more power and lower Toe Crusher's center of gravity.
They better be ready because the box is locked. The lights are on. It's robot fighting time. Both robots moving aggressively to the center, and you see Toe Crusher with that invertibility. He cannot be turned upside down. He operates on both sides. The Doctor has Toe Crusher in the corner, and he's operating. He goes at him with the saw.
Tearing him up with that saw, too, right up against the Lexan.
Let's go to Randy Sklar.
Here now is a battle of two excellent drivers. Christian and the Dr. Inferno Jr. team, they know what they're doing. It's a battle of wits out here.
Toe Crusher with that devastating spike. And there you see, flipped over and back, over and back. Toe Crusher cannot be upset.
And besides the smaller wheels on Toe Crusher...
Oh! Toe Crusher crushes the Doctor's shoulder. Pieces are flying off Dr. Inferno Jr.
That might score big points with the judges. We know that that shell is just cosmetic.
And Dr. Inferno Jr. jams Toe Crusher into the wall. He's up, he's under him. Toe Crusher, a scrappy robot, though.
So slippery, so hard to pin down. And going with the heavier weapon to better batter Dr. Inferno Jr.'s body.
Both drivers showing great skill, outstanding maneuverability. And there you see more pieces of Dr. Inferno Jr.
Now, if he loses the good
that
Doctor
kill saw
on top,
did some damage.
Brought up that skirt. Doesn't make much of a difference, though, because it doesn't look like Toe Crusher's having any trouble getting his wedge underneath Dr. Inferno Jr.
Oh, both take a hit from the kill saws. And there you see the outstanding design by both designers. Each robot able to endure the kill saws. Oh!
The ramrod. Oh, I thought he had a spike caught in the ramrod slot.
Toe Crusher very active with his spike.
Both drivers so aggressive. And you see Toe Crusher can not only come over the top, but also swing around and give a pop to the good Doctor. Look how calm and cool and collected both these drivers are. Best friends.
Toe Crusher with that non-stop spike. Dr. Inferno Jr., look at that incredible maneuverability.
And a lot of power.
Oh! Toe Crusher up underneath the Doctor. Doctor damaged earlier from the kill saw. Oh, Toe Crusher's underneath him.
Oh,
and it's over.
Nice fight.
I think I won by a smidgen. We'll see.
Getting in there with the saw, Dr. Inferno Jr. tearing up, and now the bigger hammer coming over the top and busting up the cosmetic shell of Dr. Inferno Jr.
Let's get the official word.
Have turned in a split decision, 23-22 for the red square, Dr. Inferno
Oh my,
Jr.
23-22. That could have come down to a coin toss. Let's see just where Dr. Inferno Jr. took this fight.
Dr. Inferno gets the nod for being aggressive 10-5, but that body blow inflicted by Toe Crusher gives TC the 10-5 damage advantage. But the 8-7 strategy score tips the scale for Dr. Inferno Jr. Tough loss for Toe Crusher.
And we've still got heavyweight stompbot Gamatron brandishing a new weapon against the cute but deadly little sister. The box gets locked and lit when we return. Take it from Team Biohazard, do not construct or operate a robot or BattleBot without proper supervision. Welcome back to BattleBots. Heavyweights Gamatron and Little Sister are moments away from stepping into the box, but first, Bill, tell us about the other BattleBots preliminary action.
Mauler 5150 held down Dreadbot, and the spike strip gave him a lethal injection.
Check out Electric Lunch. Bam! Now, even Ronan's bot forefathers felt that hit. And Sabotage won a 23-22 squeaker over Huggy Bear, but did not win over the crowd.
Well, we've got two crowd pleasers here today. It's girth versus stealth and brawn against brain as Walker battles Flipper.
I'd like to know just how Englishman Ian Watts got 2 monster truck windshield wiper motors and a CO2 gas-powered Flipper through customs. But he did, and now he joins the ranks of Toro and Techno Destructo as the game's most dangerous flippers. Mike Okerman's Gamatron is a lumbering stomp bot with a 1-2 record out of Huntington Beach, California. He has traded in his pickaxe for a weapon he touts as the hopeless hoop of doom, but he is the underdog. Stomp bots are often considered underdogs. They get that 50% weight advantage, but as a result can often be too slow to be effective.
And now Bill Nye's got a little more for us on stomp bots.
Non-wheeled BattleBots, or stomp bots, use linear actuators exclusively without any wheels. So these behemoths can be 50% heavier than their tire-clad or treaded opponents, sacrificing speed for design ingenuity.
Little Sister and Gamatron are getting set to scramble. Let's get some pre-fight thoughts from Little Sister's Ian Watts.
Strategy, if you keep it quiet, we're going to charge across and try and stop them spinning, turn around and try and flip them.
All right, Little Sister's going to try to make flapjacks out of Gamatron. Let's get the introductions.
Square. Knock, knock. Who's there? Your ultimate doom, courtesy of Gamatron. And in the blue square, never mind the bullocks, it's the British BattleBot you've got to worry about. Here is Little Sister.
Mike Okerman wants to be the first stomp bot with a giant nut.
The Watts family will be robot builder for generations to come. Hey, my man, the box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time.
The hopeless hoop of doom coming,
Gamatron,
spinning,
that's right,
going.
Gamatron. Oh, Little Sister comes right at that hoop, though, and under and lifts him. Little Sister
victory dance.
comes right in and flips Gamatron on its side.
Mike Okerman is a veteran enough builder to know that his bot has a good chance of getting flipped, so he's probably got a way that he can right himself. Or he doesn't.
That was a hopeless look. Gamatron's blades flopping now like a dead fish.
And look at that!
Little Sister
Now,
comes in again!
Little Sister could have just let the fight continue and won it, but flipped Gamatron back on its slow feet.
Boom, and now Little Sister drives Gamatron into the screws.
Now we get to see a little bit of what Gamatron's bringing to the table.
Gamatron is going to get pulverized here in a second. Very little maneuverability by Gamatron.
Well,
and Little Sister wisely pinning Gamatron against the screws, working him toward the pulverizer. Gamatron trying to spin those blades.
And Little Sister just having her way and trying to get around so she can give the crowd what it wants. And then it's Gamatron under the pulverizer.
Gamatron up on its side again. Little Sister lifting, pushing. Gamatron helpless. Well, the hoop of doom, it certainly is hopeless.
Little Sister has won this fight, now putting on a show.
Oh! There's smoke, there's carnage. Little Sister is chewing Gamatron. Little Sister forcing Gamatron into the spikes, into the hazards. She took him to the screws, she took him to the pulverizer, now she's got him on the spikes.
The hopeless hoop of doom. What does the hopeless refer to?
And there's the victory spin by Little Sister.
Waving to the crowd. It's kind of sad, isn't it, Tim? Not at all. Pete Lambertson trying to help, trying to use the ramrods.
Total destruction.
That's it. Mike Okerman can only hang his head.
Ian Watts with something down his pants.
Yeah, over in England, that's called rhythm. Here we go. See little sister with the first explosive flip, and look how quickly she goes into her victory dance.
And here's where little sister comes back and puts Gamatron back into the match. Little sister knocked Gamatron out twice. It's all over but the shouting. Let's make it official.
Seconds, the winner in the blue square, Little Sister.
Look at all those children. Well, at least Mike Okerman can go back to a quiet apartment.
When we come back, notorious Plantbot Complete Control dukes it out with Subject to Change. T-Rex takes on Bad Attitude, and we'll stick a fork in Stein in Hexadecimator to see who's done when we return. Little sister with a vigorous hip check. Gamatron recovers, but only to be knocked down again. Our first knockout of the night, Bill's got the battle stats.
Oddly enough, it was 2 of Little Sister's 5 hits it did in Gamatron, and not the 38. That's right, 38-0 hazard damage score. Was Gamatron even in this battle? Well, he gets a 1 in the weapons damage column.
Here with us now, Gamatron's Mike Okerman.
What would you have done differently in your fight against Little Sister?
Well, we stayed in the box. We didn't take a step. I would have taken at least 1 step. It would have kept me off the wall.
Stompbots are notoriously tough to drive, am I right?
Yeah.
You brought some footage here that'll give everybody a better idea of just how difficult it is. Let's take a look. All right, what's going on here?
Gamatron's center foot was loose, and it's walking on uneven ground, and it gets out of control.
And the dryer?
It was left by a dumpster out back of the shop, so we decided to eat it.
So what do you do now? Where do you go? Do you stick with Gamatron? Do you stick with Stompbots?
We're going to try to keep it competitive, maybe make a wedge.
All right, good luck to you.
3 more matches on the way, including a rookie with a lot of buzz, T-Rex. And we'll hear from Derek Young in his own words. Scary stuff. More jaw-dropping bot battles coming up. Hey, we're coming at you with more butt-kicking BattleBots. We're gathered here in San Francisco for the ultimate dipstick measuring contest. It's kind of like the Woodstock of robot combat. Welcome back, everybody. We saw Gladiator throw his super heavyweight around by wasting hammer time. Dr. Inferno Jr. displayed surprising power in his win over Toe Crusher. And Little Sister moved on in its heavyweight win over Gamatron. Now we've got more robot blood and guts. You ready, Bill?
Born ready, Tim. Let's get right to the first fight. It's a pair of veteran, top 10 ranked middleweights. Randy Eubanks from Long Beach, California, designed Subject to Change without reason to be a lean, mean, fighting wedge machine. It can run inverted, which means if it gets flipped, it just keeps coming at you. Derek Young's Complete Control has a powerful lifting arm that can grab and toss bots around like candy wrappers. Complete Control is ranked number 5 in the world by BattleBots. Let's follow the man behind Complete Control, Derek Young, on the trip from his home in Burnaby, British Columbia, to the Battle Box.
Look at me, I'm Bono.
Hey, it's not that easy to get into the United States for Derek and his girlfriend. They run into ultra-tight security at the U.S.-Canadian border. It's a good thing fighting robots aren't a controlled substance.
Where are you going? San Francisco. For what reason? We're going to a robot fighting competition. Have you ever seen the show BattleBots? Oh, it's this show about these robots that fight in a ring.
Hey, you need to turn that off. Derek wisely turns off the camera before experiencing the cleansing feel of American pepper spray. Once on U.S. soil, Derek does what us red-blooded Americans do when we get on the highway. Drives really fast. Those kilometer things really add up, and Derek nears his goal. Tired of his Canadian diet of yak meat and baby seal, Derek feels the need to experience some American fine dining.
I decided to order the lumberjack slam.
And with San Francisco now within striking distance, Derek can think of only one thing besides BattleBots.
I'm looking forward to having a shower, and I'm looking forward to actually sleeping in a bed or someplace normal. That's how road tripping is.
Well, now let's hear from Derek Young and Randy Eubanks themselves on the story behind the rematch.
I have fought Subject to Change without reason before. The first fight was actually with my old walking robot Pressure Drop, and some of you may remember it from when I hit him late after the bell, and Randy freaked out, and it was a big deal.
That was done after I was dead for at least like a minute. The buzzer went off, but he claimed, oh, the red light wasn't on, and they told me to keep hitting you. Cool.
It's Complete Control versus Subject to Change without reason. Let's get it on.
In the red square, he's a control freak with a nasty streak. Ladies and gentlemen, stay away from Complete control. And in the blue square, he has a bone to pick with you, and it's usually splintered portion of your own clavicle or femur. He won't tell you which. He's subject to change without reason. My friends, the boxer's locked. The lights are on. It's robot fighting time.
Oh, this is going to be sweet. These two drivers don't like one another.
Complete control, maneuvering carefully, subject to change without reason underneath him.
Get the early advantage. That's exactly what you want to do
Now
against complete control.
He's driving complete control into the spikes. Complete control taking punishment from the hazards.
The Ramrod's getting up underneath complete control, but also subject to change.
Subject to change, driving on the kill zones. Complete control, out of control. Subject to change without reason, using maneuverability, controlling this fight early on.
You know what, though? Those kill saws didn't work to his advantage. It popped complete control right off subject to change.
Both robots with outstanding protection. There's the screws. Subject to change without reason, driving complete control into the screws. Complete control comes out aggressively now.
And you can hear the crowd. That's what they want to see. He's got a piece of them.
Complete control. Takes subject to change without reason, lifts him up, drives him now into the kill saws. A back and forth battle between these bots.
And you saw how powerful he is because he only had a quarter of subject to change, still able to get him up in the air. Let's go down to Bill Nye for some technical aspects.
Complete control setting up his kill. He has chrome Marley lifting forks that produce 480 foot-pounds of torque. And Derek Young gets that with a 24-volt Super Winch X1 winch, geared down an additional 4-to-1. That's enough torque to give him complete control of his opponent.
Complete control, looking to clamp. Subject to change without reason. He's got him pinched. He's got him. He's up.
Up, shaking him, shaking him. He's giving it to him. Now, where do you think he's going to bring him?
To the kill saws.
He's got 30 seconds to hang on to him, which is a lot of time.
Boxmaster not helping out. No kill saws there. Now he's going to the pulverizer. Subject to change without reason is smashed. And dashed. And bashed.
And mashed. And almost trashed.
It's the full body slam by subject to change without reason.
I hear a countdown. Subject to change without reason. Oh, Derek Young in complete control, just rubbing it in. Look at Randy Eubanks. What a good sport. Derek Young showing why complete control has got to be considered one of the favorites. Look at that. He's only got the corner of it, showing that power of that clamp bot. Complete control showing just that.
The full body slam.
And that is it.
Bill, what do the battle stats tell us?
They tell us that complete control would have won even without a knockout. He dominated with 10 hits compared to a big fat 0 for subject to change. Hazard damage was equal for both at 10, but complete control also had 4 more lifts.
Let's find out if these guys are still gunning for each other.
Well, Randy, you know, it seems like when he got a hold of you and he was body slamming you around the place, you seem to be getting a kick out of it like the audience was.
Oh, yeah. The first time we fought, I had a little bit of a problem with it, but I'm over that now. I've taken my Ritalin. I'm doing good.
Coming up, we've got some badass bots putting the metal to the metal. Veteran Bad Attitude takes on newcomer T-Rex, while the monstrous Forkenstein tries to stick it to Hexadecimator.
For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com.
Welcome back to BattleBots. We've got a rockin' middleweight matchup between Bad Attitude and a new bot, T-Rex. Bad Attitude's coming off a brutal quick knockout of Garm. He rolled him like a mugger, taking off a little old lady. And T-Rex got Scrap Daddy Flip Skanker to kiss the kill saws. And that's worse than kissing your sister. Bill, what do you got?
Thomas Petricelli returns with last season's middleweight runner-up Bad Attitude, a wedge that can run inverted. The keys to victory are pushing power and Thomas's outstanding driving skill. Brent Regan Regan has been building robots for 35 years, but this is his first BattleBot. T-Rex is a flat bot that doesn't offer much of a target. It's covered with titanium armor, and it's got spikes on the front and a nasty tail that can whip around and bring a lot of pain.
Let's take a robo-probe at why a guy who's been making robots built for peace now wants to create ones built for fighting.
Want to know why the BattleBot T-Rex is a flawless fighting machine? Because Brent Regan could design and build anything, even an airplane that comes in a box.
This is a Lancer 4P. It's the world's fastest current production piston-powered aircraft. I built it from a kit. It took me 5,000 hours and 2.5 years. After it was done, I raced it from Denver to Oshkosh and set a new world record and won the race.
Think that's cool. Brent also designed the robotic arm that discovered the Titanic wreckage and opened the hatch on the sunken Russian sub, the Kursk.
One of the devices that we had to design to work with the robot arms was a hand controller, and it's the only device I know of that operated at the bottom of the ocean and in outer space.
And all this high-tech robotic experience has taught Brent and his team one very important BattleBot lesson.
Well, I think the biggest challenge to being successful in BattleBots isn't figuring out how to win. It's trying to figure out how not to lose.
Battling robots, once they get in your blood, there's no going back. Let's go to the builders to see how important it is to be a good driver.
It would be like Indianapolis. You have to have a competitive car, but it's the driver the driver and the pit crew that is probably going to win out in the end.
Driving, it's the key to winning. Here's Mark Biro with the introductions.
Introducing in the red square, what makes him so mad is what makes him so deadly. Here is Bad Attitude. And in the blue square, hey you, what's that sound? Everybody knows it's bots getting shredded by T-Rex.
I wonder how he feels like being beaten by a 14-year-old.
If I get beaten, I'm better.
The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fight time! I love the way you do that. Look at this. Look how wary they are of each other. Two very quick bots taking it slow and easy. Up until that pop.
Bad Attitude, the early aggressor. You can see the battle scars on Bad Attitude, but T-Rex takes a nice whack at him. Bad Attitude popped T-Rex into the air. T-Rex back and forth, toe-to-toe. One punch after another.
I think T-Rex has got to keep spinning. That's the key to beating Bad Attitude.
Oh, Bad Attitude with another lift.
If he takes runs at Bad Attitude, he's just going to go right over him.
Bad Attitude seeming to be in control early on here. Bad Attitude flipping T-Rex about.
Bad Attitude is about one thing, skillful driving. That's what wins him points in matches.
T-Rex with the spin. Bad Attitude underneath T-Rex again. The Carnivore knocks Bad Attitude on his back.
Oh my goodness. Now, Tom Petrocelli's got to use all his driving skills to get back to his original position. Yes, he can drive like this, but now he's just merely a bigger target for T-Rex.
Because he does not have that wedge. T-Rex takes a shot from the kill saws.
Quite a shot from the kill saws. I thought they may have incapacitated him. That's a strong bot.
Bad Attitude losing the advantage with that wedge up in the air.
What he's got to do is try to use...
T-Rex again!
There he is, over the ramrods. They didn't right him. He's got to try every hazard.
T-Rex again and again! T-Rex with that... Oh! Bad Attitude hit by T-Rex, hit by the kill saws. Almost helpless, Bill.
He's tried the ramrods. He's tried the kill saws. He needs his opponent to reflip him.
And T-Rex takes a shot from the kill saw. Sparks flying everywhere.
You can see Tom Petrocelli trying to drive over the weapon of T-Rex to get himself back to his original position.
Bad Attitude is desperate. Oh, and the kill saws again. Bad Attitude taking a pounding from T-Rex.
Still, the judges have got to be watching his aggression. He's still coming at T-Rex. He's just getting nailed,
T-Rex knocks him again. Now Bad Attitude has his wedge back. T-Rex. He's up, he's under.
He's back in fighting form now.
He's got some ground to cover. He's got to come back. T-Rex with the defensive spin, very dangerous. Bad Attitude does not want to end up on his back again. Bad Attitude takes a swing and a miss. It is over.
Oh, look at that. Boy, that fight brought us some highs and lows, didn't it? There's the big pop. There's the fight-changing pop. And Tom Petruccelli trying to flip Bad Attitude over by taking him into the kill saws, and finally get some help from his opponent. Not enough, though. I think it's too late.
Have turned in a 24-21 decision for the blue square T-Rex.
Bill, how about giving us some of your battle stats?
The two dished it out by out-hitting T-Rex 13-6, but the big difference was in the weapon shots. T-Rex kicked axe. His weapon whacked Bad Attitude 9 more times, and the judges felt that kind of damage was way more brutal.
Next up, a heavyweight fight between Hexadecimator, a wedge with a powerful lifting arm, and Forkenstein, a tough little monster, right after this. Remember, don't construct or operate a robot or BattleBot without proper supervision. We're back with another Bruising Bash. Bill, give us the rundown on these bots.
Bruising is right, Tim. Tim Patterson and Team Whoop-Ass from Redmond, Washington bring in Hexadecimator, or Hexy D to his friends. It's got a powerful forked lifting arm designed to flip robots, and if it gets inverted, it can right itself with that arm. The three keys to winning this match for Jim Snook and Forkenstein are: get close enough to slide his lifting forks under Hexadecimator, use his power to lift him up or push him into the hazards, and stay away from Hexy D's strong flipping arm. Although the fork can run inverted, there's a lot more happening right side up.
Now let's hear what it's like to be a BattleBots rookie.
We're a rookie team. This is obviously our first time here. I'm very nervous, but it's been a lot of fun so far.
Jim Snook's a rookie too. Which one will have the shorter learning curve? Let's go to Mark Biro.
It drags robots down to the fifth circle of hell and leaves them to their smoldering, melting doom. Introducing Hexadecimator. And in the blue square, you'll pray for death as you're ripped limb from limb by the robot that mets out torture on a whim. Let's hear it for Forkenstein.
Hexadecimator with a driver and a separate weapons operator for that flipping arm.
Are you ready? Blue driver is ready.
My friends, the box is locked. The lights are on. It's robot fighting time. Forkenstein coming out fast. Hexadecimator positioning. Oh, Hexadecimator with an early flip, and Forkenstein is in trouble.
Now he can drive inverted, however, doesn't have the same kind of mobility that he would have in his normal position.
Forkenstein barely able to move at all, Bill.
Yeah, I don't see the tires touching the ground, Tim.
Hexy D pins him to the wall, pins him to the spikes.
I'm no
Hexy D
scientist.
backing up to ram him.
I know the tires touching the ground is key to mobility.
Hexy D coming in, freeing Forkenstein from the wall. And there, Forkenstein is free.
And Hexadecimator, a rookie bot and driver, but showing some experience there.
Oh, Hexy D flips Forkenstein into the screws. Forkenstein takes another shot from the kill saws.
I saw him back in to Forkenstein, saving his weapon.
Hexadecimator, oh! Forkenstein just avoids the pulverizer. Hexy D has to get out of that corner himself. He's controlling this fight. Forkenstein with very little maneuverability.
Look at the power of those kill saws. Sending Hexadecimator airborne.
Hexy D with another flip, controlling this fight. Forkenstein barely able to move. Hexy D flips him again. A piece comes off of Forkenstein.
Obviously, this is Hexadecimator's fight right now, but let me ask you, does he want to continue flipping him? Or does he push? Oh!
He wants to drive him into the pulverizer!
That's exactly...
And the fifth circle of hell!
Right what I was talking about. Stop the flipping, start the pushing.
Wham,
Being
bam,
counted down
slam,
right now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hexadecimator. A well-fought fight.
It is over. Hexadecimator flipped Forkenstein off. For the post-fight analysis, let's go to the guy who knows battling robots best, our own expert, Bill Nye.
Hexadecimator's main weapons are two powerful flipping arms. He flips Forkenstein with ease. And what gives Hexy D's lifting arms the ability to flip? Well, it's extra energy stored on board with two pneumatic high-pressure air tanks at 2,500 psi. The force at the tip of the fork is 600 pounds. That's plenty of pop to get Forkenstein airborne again and again. Then Hexy D lets the pulverizer finish him off. Good thinking.
Yes, it was a case of too much pop. Mark Biro has the official word.
The winner by a knockout in the red square, Hexadecimator.
When we get back, we'll check out the stats and break down this match. Hexadecimator shoved Forkenstein under the pulverizer for a vicious pounding. That's our hit of the week. The rookie Tim Patterson moves on with Hexy D, and Bill's got the battle stats on the match.
Complete, utter domination from Hexadecimator. Hits 8-0. He pushed Forkenstein into the hazards as easy as a mommy pushing a baby carriage, 17-2. And Hexy D outlifted his opponent 6-zip. Stick a fork in him, Tim, because the fork is done.
Let's hear from our competitors.
Woo! Okay, Team Whip Ass. Looks like you obviously whipped some ass.
We sure did. It was a lot of fun.
You know, also your opponent got pulverized pretty badly, didn't they?
Yeah, that was an unexpected bonus at the end.
Congratulations to all of you.
Thanks a lot.
It's perhaps the only Jewish robot out of all of them here in the competition. You got flipped over. Was the fight over at that point?
You know, it wasn't over at that point, but it was very difficult to compete. If I could have righted myself, I think it would have had a different outcome.
In the future, you're going to put a self-righting mechanism on the robot?
Yeah, there was going to be one this time, but it didn't get finished.
Well, whether you won or lost, you took a giant step for ethnic robots everywhere.
Thanks a lot.
Here's a BattleBot update of the preliminary rounds. Middleweight Blade Runner knocked out Instigator with some kill saw slicing and dicing. Super heavyweights Anubis and Dual went at it, with Anubis winning a decision, and in a heavyweight bout, Killer B was just too much for Tripolta Raptor, using the pulverizer to pound the snot out of him for a quick knockout. There was definitely some robot kicking tonight. Bill, how about giving us the rundown?
In super heavyweight division, Gladiator showed he's got middleweight quicks. He blew past and through Hammer Time. In the lightweights, Dr. Inferno Jr. squeaked by Toe Crusher, and heavyweight Little Sister KO'd Gamatron. Then, two middleweight matches. Complete Control and Subject to Change Without Reason mixed it up, and Complete won by a knockout. Bad Attitude and T-Rex teed it up, and T-Rex won by decision. And Hexadecimator and Forkenstein did a heavyweight dance of death, with Hexy D waltzing to a knockout.
We've got plenty more robot blood and guts coming up next time. For Randy and Jason Sklar, Tracy Bingham, and Bill Nye, I'm Tim Green.
And I'm Bill Dwyer. Next time, you'll see bots that are so scary, you'll be afraid to leave the house without your titanium raincoat. See you then. For more about BattleBots, go to ComedyCentral.com.
You're watching Comedy Central. It's the little things in life that matter to this guy. Tune in Monday night at 10 for the premiere of Kevin James' Sweat the Small Stuff. Now, stay tuned for Cheech and Chong's next movie, coming up next.